She decides to call the police, which, once again, good for you, girl, for having the instinct to connect with the police. The police show up to the apartment. They knock on the door. She hears some commotion going on. And then she gets a knock on her bedroom door, because mind you, she hasn't come out this entire time. And it's a police officer. And he said,
"Hey y'all, it's Destiny, and this woman tells a dating story that is very crazy. All I can say is be careful. Now let's get started."
Story time on why you should be really careful about who you're dating. So this is a true story, friend of a friend kind of thing. There was a young girl. She lived in New York City, and she was on a dating app and matched with this young guy. He seemed like a really great person. He had his stuff together, good job, lived local to the area. They talked for a few weeks. Everything was going really great. No red flags, all of that good stuff. He decides to ask her out one night, and they end up going to, she agrees, they end up going to this really nice restaurant. He pays, he's a gentleman, he's nice to wait staff. They wrap up the night, and they both go to their respective homes. And after she gets settled at her apartment, she gets text from him saying that he lost his key, and he's trying to get a hold of his roommate. His roommate isn't home, but his roommate is also not answering. So he's kind of like stuck outside of his apartment. Just sort of like telling her that. And she just kind of figures, all right, I'll invite you over. So, maybe give him a little bit of time to figure out what's going on, either find his key or get in contact with his roommate.
So the man lost his key, or at least that's what he tells her, and the roommate isn't home, so he can't open a door. That sounds like a him problem. The fact that this man's only option was going to stay with the woman that he just had a date with, you don't have no family, you can't call a locksmith, you can't break a window, I don't know, do something. But she did invite him to her place.
So he comes over to her apartment, and they have, a really nice chat. They sit on the couch. Finally, she decides that she's going to go to bed. She doesn't know why, but she goes into her own bedroom, which has a door, and she ends up locking it. And it's just one of those things that she felt like she needed to do, which I totally new people in your space. Sometimes it's nice to just be extra cautious. So she goes to her bedroom, she locks the door, and he's sleeping on the couch. Around 3 a.m, she wakes up to a knocking on her door. It's her date. And he asks her if she has a cell phone charger because his cell phone is dead and he needs to charge it. This is the part where it gets really crazy. So she tells him that she has one and it's on the kitchen counter. And she just tells him this through the door. She doesn't get up. She doesn't unlock the door. She doesn't go and find it for him. And I'm thinking to myself, if this was me, I would totally get up and grab it for the person.
And I'm not going to lie, this part did seem pretty logical. Him not having a charger and his phone maybe dying because he was calling his friend, who is his roommate. Maybe it's possible his phone was dying, so I probably would have fell for this too, y'all. Let me know in the comment section. Would you fall for this?
Give it to them and then be like, all right, anything else? Good night. He says thank you. He goes, he grabs the charger, whatever. She doesn't know. She just goes right back to sleep. A few minutes later, he knocks on the door again. He said it's not working, and does she have one in her room? At this point, she's thinking that there's something up. She decides to call the police, which, once again, good for you, girl, for having the instinct to connect with the police. The police show up to the apartment. They knock on the door. She hears some commotion going on. And then she gets a knock on her bedroom door, because mind you, she hasn't come out this entire time. And it's a police officer. And he said, we've cleared the apartment. We have him in custody. We really need you to come out of your room so you can take a look at your apartment.
Now, at this point, that is weird for him to say, oh, it doesn't work. Do you have one in the room with you? No, yeah. Call the police. Something weird is happening. But then the police said that they need her to go look at her apartment. I'm thinking, was he stealing stuff? What was he doing in there? Was he trashing the place? Was he going through her apartment, taking things? What was he doing?
She opens the door and walks out, and she sees that her entire living room is plasticked.
So everything was covered in plastic, y'all. Everything. Her entire apartment. Now, why would he need plastic, and why would he do that? Yeah, it sounds like he had some other plans in mind.
And there is a set of power tools sitting on the floor. This girl, because of her instinct to not open the door to a weird request for a phone charger in the middle of the night, saved her. Before you decide to take someone home or let them stay at your place, think twice about it.
Power tools, plastic on everything. Yeah, I think we all know what he was planning to do. But the craziest part to me is, how did she even think that it was time to call the police? This should show everybody, listen to your instincts. And the craziest part to me is the fact that he had all those power tools. He probably could have easily got that door down and got her out of there. I'm so glad he didn't do that. So this story should show everybody, be careful. Don't let anybody go to your house if you just met them. I don't care if they're locked out of their car, if they're locked out of their apartment, their home, whatever's going on, that has nothing to do with you. If he had an emergency, he need to be calling 911 or 311 or whatever, so that he can get the help that he needs from the proper authorities. But y'all gotta let me know what you think about this dating story. Have you ever been in a crazy dating story situation? If this was you in a situation, what would you have done? Would you have opened that door when he was looking for a charger? Just let me know all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will definitely see you in the next one.
I don't know if anybody else do this, but me, if I start talking to a guy on a dating website, I'm giving you a fake number. You are not gonna get my real number. Cause like, I feel like once you give someone your real number is attached to a lot of your social medias. So they'll be able to get access, well, like follow you, and I don't like giving out my social media. So like, that's a red flag right then and there, okay? So what I like to do is download Text Now, get a phone number, and just text them from there. So that way, if I don't feel them anymore and I'm not interested, I could just block them. Yep, that's what we do. Get you a Text Now number, girl. If you start chatting it up with some nigga on Hinge or Tinder, But if they really want to send you money, you just attach your email. They could just send it through email, because that phone number shit, I don't play that. Stranger danger, I do not play that.
Let's meet for lunch. I don't know what you look like. You don't have a name. You don't have a face. I don't know who you are. I don't know how old you are. I don't know your social security number. What does your bank statement look like? Do you have good credit? Do you like to people? Do you have any babies you don't take care of? How many baby mamas do you have? Have you been divorced? And why were you divorced? When was your last relationship? And why did you guys break up? I have so many questions. So until that gets out of the way, we can't meet up. Just because you're loud does not mean you're not killer thriller. Y'all laughing, but I'm dead serious. This is how I talk on dating apps too. They wanna say all this small talk, and I'm like, no, let's just get into the meat of it, okay? I don't got time for small. I don't give a what you like. I need to know your credit score. One of us has to have a good credit score, and it ain't me. Can I spend? If I can't spend, you're not gonna be there. Do you see why? See why I'm single? Because I ain't settling for nobody.